Hey guys, welcome back to the Anime Casuals podcast, the podcast for avid and casual anime fans. I'm your host Mitchell, joined by my co-host Gabriel.
What's going on, everyone? I'm Gabe, and we want to say this first. To all the new fans that just joined, the Bleach reactions will be coming soon, we promise.
Yeah, we would just want to thank everyone. There's been a lot of support on our newest video. We want to thank everyone who subscribed, liked the video, commented. It really means a lot to us. We were not expecting that, honestly, but we just want to let y'all know the episode reactions will be coming out very, very soon.
And for people who haven't heard, this is our actual podcast. This is what started this channel. We're now starting to make YouTube videos, which is kind of our new content, but this is what we usually do. It's like about an hour-long podcast where it's just me and him talking about usually one or two topics and then covering the last two chapters of Black Clover manga.
And our YouTube channel is the Anime Casuals if y'all are listening on Apple Podcast or Spotify. But now let's get into our actual episode. So for this podcast, we are going to be doing unpopular opinions on anime, or just not popular thoughts, or just underrated thoughts, or some of our friends' personal thoughts on anime. Sorry about that. But if you guys would like to see more of this content, then let us know down below, and we're going to get right into it with our first statement, I guess I should say, or opinion. I know you were interested in this one. Asta is a better main character than Tanjiro.
I love Black Clover. I love it to death. I loved it since day one. And even I can say that that is a fucking lie. Dude, Asta is a better main character than Tanjiro. Are you smoking crack? There's no way. There's absolutely no way.
I might agree with this statement, honestly.
Do you really think so?
I might agree with this.
Tanjiro is working hard. Pure character, pure boy.
But
and he really just wants to make his sister better, and he just wants to live, bro. He just wants his sister to live. He had his whole family murdered. Asta's just an adopted orphan.
Well, Asta is also, he's one of the hardest working characters in all of anime in general, and one of the hardest working protagonists. And his grit to become the Wizard King, it's not just because he wants to obtain power. It's just to make the kingdom right. He wants to, because he sees how the commoners are treated, and just his determination to change that, to change the outlook on how people see them. And just, I don't know, I just like how, I don't know, I just think, like I said, he's someone who I don't know, I feel like he's more relatable. I feel like he is more relatable because he's not with this character with all the, usually your main character is just, like, I don't know, Goku or Naruto. Someone who just has immense power. Someone who, they didn't really have to work for where they are. This guy had to work to where he is right now. And he had the anti-magic, and which is a really strong power, but even then, he had to work really hard to control it. And just because you have anti-magic, I don't know, but it just shows that how hard he's worked, and he's now even stronger than Yuno, who was miles stronger than him as a kid. So I like that.
To me, Tanjiro has more of an emotional connection with his whole family being slaughtered except for his sister, and all he's trying to do is make his sister normal again, and he's putting his life and her life on the line every time that he tries to go do something. And they even say, like, dude, you and your sister can get killed, and be prepared to either kill her and yourself if she ever does something wrong.
I don't know. I feel like Demon Slayer, it changed a lot of our minds. It seems better than it really was because the animation, the art was just so immaculate. Even the soundtrack, it was just amazing. And I feel like it really did give us a different outlook than, because say if it didn't get that animation, or if it didn't get that art or anything like that soundtrack, like if it just had like what Black Clover has for animation and all that, then we wouldn't really be thinking the same thing. I say, but that doesn't have to do with the character, but like I say, that's just what I think about Demon Slayer as a whole. That's why it got so hyped up. But I think that'll go on to our next one. 12 to 13 episode anime are better than long-running series.
So this was said by a very good friend of mine, and I will just say I totally don't agree. I think that 12 episode anime are more concise. They have a clearer idea, and they obviously need to have a good story, or else they're not considered good because they have to make it and wrap it up in 12 episodes.
Yeah.
Where in an anime, an arc may be 12 episodes, and that's a whole mini story. And so I definitely think that like a shonen with arcs, to me, has to be way better than just a 12 episode anime, because they have to replicate that every 12 episodes or every 30 episodes or every 50 episodes. Just in there, every single arc they have to replicate a story that you're actually attached to, drawn to, and like a lot, just like a 12 episode anime would.
I feel like if we're comparing, it's obviously quicker and straight to the point. Like, there's not much, I'm not going to say there's not much drama, but there's just, at a certain point, you could see where this story's going to finish. Or it's just a lot quicker to the point. Like say if you say One Piece, there's no end in sight, right now at least. Or just some anime, when you're 200 episodes into Naruto, there's no, you know how it's going to end, but there's still a long way to get there. And I don't know, but honestly, I think longer running series are better to me, but that's just my personal opinion. Some people do not like longer series because they just can't sit there and sit through all that. But I personally think they do. I think the longer it is, it allows you to get more of an emotional appeal with the characters, better world building. Let's see. Just I don't know. It just allows you to take in the series more than when 12 episodes. It kind of makes me feel like, wow, I'd like more. Or I don't know.
And I think that's the big difference too, is the world building in the story and how many options it opens up if it's a shonen with a lot of episodes. You get, instead of a short story, you get a whole adventure.
Mm-hmm. So let's go on to our next one, and let's go with this one actually. This one Gabriel could really talk about. Let's see. Trish is a bad character and is the worst character in all of JoJo.
That's a fucking lie.
Okay.
I don't
keep
think
going.
so. Trish is actually a good character. She has an amazing stand. She just isn't shown enough. I think if she had better, she had more time to develop and write, and like if Araki was able to write her a little bit more into the story, she would be better. We only see her in like 2 fight scenes, bro, and you can't really judge her off of like 2 fight scenes. Her stand is badass without a doubt. It is a creative stand, and she actually does bring elements into the story that you usually wouldn't get. She is the hostage, and not only that, like they actually want to protect her. Bruno wants to protect her, and he sees that she's gonna be tricked, she's gonna die, and they need to save her from this horrible fate that she just happened to fall into. Kind of similar to if you read the manga, how in part 7, I forgot her, Lucy Steele kind of found herself in a situation where she had to be saved, and it's not really saying that she's a bad character, and I know a lot of people that do like Lucy Steele, and I think that Trish didn't have as much time as Lucy Steele had to get written into the story and to show her actual personality traits. But I think the little snippets that we do have doesn't make her a bad character at all, and definitely doesn't make her the worst character in the series.
Okay. Let's go with this one. I think this is a pretty interesting one. Comes from one of my good friends. He says, I think Emma is as smart as Ray in The Promised Neverland. And equal intelligence level. Like, just as smart, if not smarter.
I don't know how to feel about that one.
I
low-key would even
because
say...
he said... Because he described it to me. He described it to
the wrong
me.
people.
He described it to me in saying... He thinks that she might be smarter just because I guess he means it by planning. Because you know how she was able to orchestrate that whole plan, and Ray didn't know a thing, and she's able to do all these things that no one could even think of. She has all these great ideas. She's really smart. She's outsmarting a bunch of people. I don't know, what were they, the moms. She was outsmarting all of them. So it was I don't know. I kind of agree. I can see, obviously, Norman's the smartest out of all of them.
That's what I was gonna say.
But
I feel like he's comparing the wrong people. I
but
think I think Emma and Ray are at the same point in intelligence level. I agree with that statement. But
but a lot of
they're
people
nowhere
think.
near
But
Norman.
a lot of people think it's Norman, then Ray, then Emma, and they think Emma's just kind of the athletic one, and is just
I,
just use her physical ability to keep up with them.
I would personally say Norman is like the combination of the two. He has the intelligence,
No,
if not even more intelligence than Ray, but he keeps that emotional side like Emma, and that's what he knows. He knows it holds him back from like being the best of the best. He's so emotionally attached to things that he would
I
rather
wouldn't say
sacrifice being the most intelligent.
maybe Ray in the anime, if you're talking about that, but in the manga, I wouldn't. I would say he's definitely not as attached as Emma. Sorry about that. What were you saying?
Who Norman or Ray?
Norman or Ray about what?
Like you said, they're not as attached. Are you saying
Oh,
Norman's
Ray.
not as attached as? Oh, okay, yeah, Ray is not attached. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Norman's like a culmination of Ray and Emma. Emma has all the emotional
But you were saying Ray has that.
intelligence,
You were saying Ray has that emotional appeal that. Oh, not appeal. Has that emotional connection
Sorry,
that
I
holds
missaid
him
that.
back.
I'm saying Norman has that emotional connection that holds him
Okay.
back. I'm sorry, I missaid that. Norman has that emotional connection that holds him back. And so where he's so intelligent, but his intelligence is kind of stuttered by his emotions, and he knows that. He even like goes out and says, "I feel too attached to do this," which I know is the smartest choice.
Okay.
So they're comparing the wrong two people, but I agree with that statement.
Okay. That was a little harder one to talk about, but let's get into, you know what? Because this is one of the big things about our podcast. Let's get into this one. Black Clover is overhyped and not good, and it takes too long to actually get good.
My opinion is absolutely not. I've liked Black Clover from the start. When I started the anime, I liked it. When I was done with, like, when I was current with the anime, I liked it. From episode 1 to episode, I think I got current around 120.
So, let me say this. It was back in, what was it, 2018? Yeah, 2019. I think I started the Black Clover in 2019. I watched the first 24 episodes, and then I dropped it afterwards. Because I just thought it was extremely average, and I just didn't, I felt no obligation just to keep moving forward. I wasn't really motivated. It was just kind of like, eh. And then, in December, no, it was January, I picked it back up again. Sorry. And then I just went straight through and never stopped. And I was going through it, and I thought it was extremely average, but until we got to the Wizard King, the big thing that happened with the Wizard King, and that whole arc that it led to and everything. But there were parts along the way that I really liked. But now that I'm looking back at it, I think I could almost enjoy, and I could say, I don't know, I think it's somewhat better. I don't know why. Like the earlier episodes, I can enjoy them more. I don't know if it's just because I appreciate Black Clover more, or I see the message that it's trying to deliver, or I just know how the characters are and how they're going to develop in the future, that I just like it more. But I don't know. But I could see why some people would say that. So I wouldn't. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's overhyped. But I could see what he means by anime taking a long time to get good.
And also, I just want to point this out that even though it has less episodes and I think its story kind of progresses faster, Seven Deadly Sins took about as much time as Black Clover did to hypothetically get good. And I know you can't say anything because you haven't seen Seven Deadly Sins, but I'm just leaving that out there for everybody that has watched Seven Deadly Sins. I think that
I wouldn't say that because what was it? What was that episode like 3? That's one of the most badass scenes in like all of anime, and that really got me hyped for the anime. You remember when Meliodas caught that spear and threw it back? That was one of the most badass, epic scenes, and that just got me hyped. And after that, I enjoyed it. But like I said, I dropped it after like 14 episodes just because I was on other things.
I'm just saying, that's my personal
Yeah,
opinion.
we all have our own opinions. Just yours is wrong. I'm joking. I'm not that guy. But let's get into this one. This is a very one that's talked about a lot in the anime community, and then there's some Goku tards out there who think this. Saitama would beat Goku, and I 100% agree because that is literally Saitama's thing is One Punch Man. It's
How many punches does Goku throw?
He's a gag character. He's a gag character. I see all the memes. Saitama throws a punch at Goku, and Goku's like, "Oh, what was that? A pebble or something?" Like, no, I know. I'm not just gonna say for a fact because we're never gonna know. But Saitama, I think he would clap Goku. I honestly think that's literally his thing is
One punch.
Is One Punch. That's literally the name of the series. He's a gag series making fun of characters like that.
Yeah. So me too. I think Saitama will win without a doubt. Also, it's just silly. Like, why would you compare those two?
And with that being said, I'm gonna get into this next one about Goku being a bad character, and honestly, he's one of the 3 characters I dislike the most in anime. I will talk about the other 2 later, but I'm going to get into Goku right now. I think he's a horrible character. I think he's really overhyped. I think that's just people's childhood, and they really suck him off. Like there's no tomorrow. Like anything this man does is the greatest, and just obviously he's a horrible dad. This dude doesn't care about anything but fighting. I don't think that makes you a good character just because all you care about is fighting and you get stupid power-ups anytime you're in a fight and you're losing and he comes knocking on Araki's door like, "Hey, where's my power-up?" when he keeps getting beat up for a long enough period of time. I think he's just a really stupid character. I think what's his name? Gohan should have taken over as the main character, not freaking Goku, who's just not good. I don't think he's enjoyable. I don't know. I just there's so much I could say about him. He's just I don't know. He's very annoying to me. His voice actor is very annoying, but he said that same
Dub
voice.
and sub.
Just mainly subbed. It sounds like a girl because
it
is a girl.
I said it is a girl.
Like, dude, I don't know. There's so much. Like, this dude just only cares about fighting. He doesn't care about anything else. He's just I don't know. That's one of the things,
When
dude.
He
and
he's
just
baby
so
on an alien planet for years.
Yeah, and he like doesn't care about his kids at all. And like I said, I don't know. There's so much I could say, but you want to say something?
Nah, I haven't watched Dragon Ball, but I just know he's a horrible
I haven't watched much of Dragon Ball, but I know a lot about it. It's just, oh god, and hearing from other people, like you're just talking, right? And they're just always bringing up Goku about a fight. I'm like, dude, I don't care. Like maybe he would win, but they're just like, dude, he would absolutely destroy him. Like we're like, yeah, Naruto's pretty strong. No, he's not. He would get clapped by Goku. I'm like, okay, so would most characters. That doesn't mean he's not strong. Naruto would kill you in one punch, and you're saying he's not strong? Get out of here. Okay.
Do you think? Wait. Question. Like, do you think that if he wasn't overhyped, you wouldn't hate Goku as much?
No. I just don't like him as a character, dude. He's annoying.
So like,
he's annoying. I do not like how he represents the anime community. I don't like that. I like how Pikachu does. But
Pikachu, yeah.
Pikachu's
a solid anime mascot.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's just I didn't grow up with Dragon Ball. Maybe that's it. I just didn't grow up with Dragon Ball. I grew up with Pokemon, then Yu-Gi-Oh, then Card Fight Vanguard,
then One Piece.
Yeah. Hikaru no Go, then Slam Dunk, then One Piece. I can't remember the exact order, but let's get into this one. JoJo Part 4 is boring. This is a very popular opinion in my friend group.
I don't know why it's unpopular. It's called unpopular because it seems like most of the internet thinks that too.
That it's
the
that
worst
it's boring?
part. Actually, I've heard people say literally it's between 4 and 1 that it's the worst part.
My friend was actually saying that the internet loves Part 4. He said some of the Reddit pages, like Shitpost Crusaders.
Some of the internet pages do like Part 4, but they definitely don't show love to Part 4.
Let's say, okay.
Can I argue against the case real quick before you say anything? I'm not trying to like cut you off. I'm just saying I want to make my case because I've been thinking about this actually today without you even hearing about that. I thought about this today. Okay. So, Part 4 people may not like it because it's like out of the JoJo series, because it's not your standard JoJo story. It's not the standard, like, here's the main bad guy, here's the, like, I think it's a totally different type of story, and Araki was really like actually spreading his wings with part 4 and finally showing like his the side that he, I think, kind of always wanted to portray as a manga artist. Because for a long time, I think he was just trying to make his series popular, and he still did add his little quirky touches, but there was still a lot of like shonen elements to all of his manga, especially in part 3 and in part 2.
What the heck is that?
But by part 4, I think that's when Araki really grew as a manga artist and as a manga writer, and he was able to say, okay, I want to do a part about this, and I don't care what anybody else says. I'm going to make it my own. This is my own style. And I thought that it came out really, really well. People just don't like it because they compare it to all the other JoJo series. It's not what they wanted, but it's still a good part.
Okay, well, let me go on mine. So, I'm on it right now, and you didn't like part 3 because you didn't like it until they got to Egypt. I feel the same way about part 4 because they don't even really know what they're doing. They want to get the stand arrow, and I don't know. I just find it kind of it's kind of boring, but it's good because it's JoJo. But they're doing the same thing every episode, finding a new stand user, whatever. Nothing in the story is really developing at all. Like, we just find out that they go to a restaurant and eat food, and it's a stand user. It didn't add anything to the story. We didn't learn anything. There was no progression. There's just a lot of things like Yukaku, oh my god, that was stupid. But there's just a lot of things. I just don't, it's not adding to the story. It's taking way too long. It's kind of boring. The fights are okay, mediocre at best. The fights in part 3 are obviously better. Fights in part 2 way better. Part 1 I'd say better too. Part 1, I don't know, part 1 or part 4. I don't know. But like I said, I'm only halfway through part 4 because it's taking so long because it's kind of boring. But I like it. But all right, let's get into this one. SAO is a good anime. I'll let you talk about this one because I'll talk about the next one.
Fuck no. Plain and simple, fuck no. SAO is not a good anime. Season 2 is absolutely shit. Season 1 might have caught the world's attention because, oh my god, it's a new type of anime that we've never seen before, and it's the birth of isekai. As we look back upon it, we can see, okay, this is the real birth of isekai. But, like, other than being a new concept, it wasn't good. Say if some other anime created that genre and SAO was released today, I definitely don't think it would be as popular. It wouldn't be as good. It'd still be shit. The writing was shit. Everything was shit, dude. Like, literally, maybe the best thing it had for it was its animation. And that's about it. Its writing was horrible. Its characters were horrible. Kirito was horrible. The power-ups were bullshit. I got main character armor, main character health, whatever. Fuck it. It was bad anime.
All right. Let's get into our first opinion. Chaos Head is a good anime, which is widely regarded as one of the worst anime ever.
These are personal opinions, by the way.
Yeah, this is our personal opinion. So, I honestly think Chaos Head is a really good anime. It's a great anime. And like you said, people didn't like it because of the ending, but I don't know how
it would have ended.
Yeah, I don't know how it would have ended because if you watch it, it has to be that ending. Literally can't be nothing else. But when you're watching it, you don't expect that ending. But when you see it, you're like, whoa. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it's because the main character.
The main character is a loser.
No. The main character is a bum. He's not a loser. He's an absolute bum.
But that's the point.
Yeah, I know. This dude's so lame and ugly and like all this other stuff. But yeah. I remember that was my first waifu, Rimi.
Yeah. That was the whole point of the anime, though. And honestly, people not liking the ending is kind of shit because, like he said, it was the only way to tie everything together. It's what started, and it was what was supposed to be what happened. And so
Yeah.
how can you not like it? There was no other way to end it. And if you liked it throughout the series, then you should like the plot twist ending, the big plot twist ending at the end. You can't just say, "Oh, this bullshit. I don't like it. That's a horrible ending." No, it explained everything, and it probably like was a really good plot twist, and it probably mind fucked you when you watched it.
Okay. I will talk about. I don't know if I should talk about these because there are a couple One Piece ones. I don't know if I should talk about them though.
You can. I'm okay with being quiet for a little bit.
Okay. Uh, let's. Uh, should I? I'll talk about this one. Borsalino is the strongest admiral in One Piece, in this person's opinion. Uh, the light admiral, the one with that devil fruit. I don't know. He is obviously quite lazy. That's one thing to say. But I don't know if he's the strongest. I don't know. He's obviously the fastest, but I don't know if he's the strongest because, first off, we don't know who has the strongest hockey. But I think it could be the gravity guy. What is it? Fujitora. I think it could be him because he's pretty cold. He's honestly pretty cold. And if some people might say, "Oh, but he didn't fight in that battle," but I think he chose not. No. It's not that he didn't choose to. It's just that he wasn't selected to fight in that battle. Y'all know what I'm talking about, but I'm not going to talk about it when Gabriel's right here because he's not seen One Piece. But so y'all might say, "Hey, those two I think are the strongest, and then the light guy, and then maybe Fujitora." But or wherever you wanna place him. But I think Fujitora might be the strongest. Uh, I don't know. Sakuzi. I forget how to say his name, but uh, I don't know. I don't. It could be. I think it's gonna be. I honestly think it's one of those two, but honestly I could see you saying any of the three. I feel like they could all be on par. They are all definitely just. I feel like we haven't seen fully what they could do, especially with Borsellino. As my friend says, he's just really lazy, and I feel like we have more to see from all of them, honestly. So yeah, I guess we'll get into uh, let's go to let's see. The animation in One Punch Man Season 2 is not as bad as people make it out to be. I know you have not seen One Punch Man Season 2, but have you seen enough clips?
Yes.
Okay. What would you say?
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is as bad. Obviously, I don't think it's as good as Season 1. And obviously, I think it didn't do as well because like my friend said, just because the story the season was just too short, and it just wasn't good. The story wasn't as good as Season 1, and everything that happened. But I don't think the animation wasn't as bad as people are making it out to be. It's just obviously like it wasn't as good as the first season. The first season just had some of the best animation we have ever seen in anime, especially when it comes to the seinen genre. It was great, but yeah, I do agree with that statement. So yeah, did you want to get into the?
I'm gonna get into. I have one from my friend. They said that Beastar's animation is not good, and you might as well just read the manga.
I strongly disagree because that is one of the reasons why people like it. Because
The
even
CGI,
though it's
the CGI
even
is
though
really
it's
bad.
even though it's no,
That's
it's
what
really
I've been.
good.
That's what I've been told by my friend. Is like the CGI looks terrible.
The
actually.
CGI looks really good, and it looks.
I'm guessing compared to other anime CGI animated, I guess it could look. I haven't seen it, but I guess it could look a lot better.
No, I think they did it perfectly. It was a perfect adaptation. The 3D animation, it looks perfect. It just really. It looks great with the characters, and obviously they're animals. So it looks. I think it incorporates. I don't know. It looks. Yeah. It just looks. It looks. That's how the anime should have been done. I think it should have been 3D, and the CGI it was good. And overall, I don't think you should not watch it. The obviously the Beastars manga, it's been people were just looking forward to it getting the anime adaptation. People were talking about it, they were raving about it, saying it's so good. But some people, they didn't want to watch it. They're like, oh, this is for furries or whatever. But no, this is actually a really great story. And when it's the message is trying to deliver, the story, the world that those characters live in, it's kind of something that you'd say, hey, that's not what really is going on in our wildlife. So why is it happening there? Or I don't know. But yeah, I don't think you should just drop the anime because you don't think because you think either you just don't think you think the CGI is bad. I don't know. I think you should give it a chance, but obviously, I mean, I guess if you don't, then I guess drop it. But I think the CGI is really good and the animation is done very well. But yeah,
I know it does change art styles like throughout the episodes and seasons, right?
huh?
Like throughout like certain points, it changes art styles just every now and then, like as clips.
I don't remember that. No, I don't think so. At least, um, yeah, I don't know.
Just like certain clips, kind of like Black Clover, like it goes to like hand drawn sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that.
I don't know.
No,
I don't remember.
no. I thought I saw some clips like that.
What's it called? But let's get into yours.
Oh, okay.
You talk it. You say it.
So
You preach your
this is a
little
unpopular opinion around the people that I talk to, and I'm the only one that has this opinion.
I think you might be the only one in the world.
The best anime of 2019 to me
Listen here, guys.
is Fire Force because of its animation and its story.
Okay.
Before I get into like why it's good, do you have any counterpoints immediately that you want to go ahead and state? Because I know you have a couple.
There, obviously, because its story was average at. I don't want to say at best. I think it was a 6 at best. Its story, its animation was great. It was like a solid 8.5, 9. Animation was good, but wasn't the best animation of the year. Wasn't the best story of the year. Wasn't the best. The main character was not that great. A lot of the things to keep the story alive was just fan service. But the fights were dope. The fights were great. And I didn't think what is his name? What is his little brother's name?
Oh, Sho?
Shinra versus Sho. I thought the fight was good, but once they got into that, what was it, underground dungeon or what was it called?
It was an underground like tunnel.
Yeah, underground tunnel or whatever it was. I thought that was really boring. When they entered it, I was excited, but I just found it to be really boring for some reason. I just don't know how it was delivered. I just found it kind of boring. The only fight that I really liked was the one with the gun. I can't remember his name, and he was fighting that one who shoots like arrows or whatever. I can't really remember, but I just remember that fight was kind of badass because it was like, but yeah,
Anything with Benny Maru was pretty badass too.
Benny Maru is the best character in Fire Force.
Yeah,
100%.
I could even agree with that.
But Shinra's not a great protagonist. I would say not at all. He's not a great protagonist. He's like Goku. Like when I talk about bad protagonists, I think of Goku. I think of Shinra. I think of Deku. I don't know if Deku's bad. He's just not that good. Who else do I think of? Who else? I'm trying to think of the ones out there. I don't know. I can't think of any for some reason.
Well, let me get into my little rant about
Okay.
Fire Force. Honestly, it's like the better revival of Soul Eater to me. It's made by the same people that made the manga, and honestly, it's like they were able to learn from Soul Eater and what they did wrong. Obviously, we haven't gotten to the end of Fire Force, so we don't know officially if they're going to screw that up. I don't think so. And they're like...
Watch them do it.
Watch them do it. So the shonen, like, they decided to write another shonen, and they just really, really, like, refine their techniques on writing a good action series. And I think not only are the fights great, but the story is interesting. Like I said, the dude with the gun, I keep forgetting his name, the lieutenant.
Yeah, lieutenant, yeah.
His backstory was so interesting, and it was like really, really sad. And then all the fights were amazing. I think the Sho and Shinra thing, not Sho versus Shinra, but just their dynamic in general is really just a great dynamic. Like, I love that Shinra's like, I'm going to find out like what happened to my little brother, and he like no matter what is going to save him.
Like he's very determined. Like, I didn't know. I've never heard of a main character who's like really determined, and just I haven't really heard of someone like that and keeps repeating what they're going to do. I haven't really heard that before. It's not. That's pretty new.
And I really like the world building of it and this like whole other dimension of like people and things and how the world kind of became an apocalypse itself.
That is kind of cool.
And also the whole fact of the story is revolving around this apocalypse where Tokyo is the only place that's unaffected by it. And so they're not only just like driving to like be the best. Shinra's not only just trying to be a hero and save his brother, but at the same time they're trying to save the world in the bigger scope of things and find out why the world is a shambles.
Okay.
And it had better animation throughout the series than Demon Slayer did, and just because he had one episode, I'm just gonna say that.
Let's go with. I'm trying to think of something that will get people
A little riled up.
Yeah, maybe a little riled up. Jeez, I don't know. Do you have anything you want to say?
No, not really. That was my whole Fire Force rant, and that's about the most unpopular opinion I have right now.
Oh, this is not unpopular, but Tower of God anime is just mediocre at best. It's
actually?
Yeah, it's not good, dude. It's not good at all. Like, this story, it's kind of boring and average. It feels just like an isekai. It basically feels like an isekai. The main character feels extremely bland. He does like other like this dude hardly ever just talks at all. Like, side characters talk more than him. I'm pretty sure the person that we saw in the first episode has talked more than he has in 3 episodes. So yeah, I mean, he's really. Yeah, I don't know. He obviously he doesn't know anything, but I don't know. I guess I can't really get too much into it because of
spoilers.
Yeah, I guess spoilers.
And
but
it's
like,
pretty new. You don't want to spoil it for people that are.
I mean, it's just but like everyone's seen this out there. But I'm trying to think. I'm really trying to think.
Honestly, if they don't do good with Tower of God, it could be really bad for a whole genre of manga.
Shield Hero was kind of trash. I'm gonna say that.
You put it in your top 10 list for 2019.
It was like it was 12 out of 13.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Damn it! I thought it was good.
It might even be 13 out of 13.
I didn't think it was amazing. I didn't think it was like the best, but I thought it was really good.
I'll go into this.
We were talking about what world we would live in if we had a chance, and I said Shield Hero just to call that one girl bitch and whore.
Yeah, low key, but yeah, no. Shield Hero, I felt it was just the only thing I really liked was Philo and the main character. That's it. Besides that, the story was okay, average. Just another isekai. Cautious Hero was miles better than that. When I finished Cautious Hero, it went way higher up on my list. By the way, so.
But when we were watching, you had so many good points to say about it, especially.
What did I have to? No, because I had good things to say about Naofumi because you said he was a bad protagonist.
That's what I'm saying. You had a great point, which was that it took a stance on like isekai that not a lot of isekai took. And with these like recycled isekai, it's really nice to have something fresh and new ideas like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, this isn't just a fantasy world. We're actually in this, and these are actual people that actually have feelings, and your actions have consequences.
Yeah. Basically, now for me, like I said, the only good thing I have to say about he's actually good. I think his actions are very justified because he had the whole kingdom turn their back against him and treat him like shit. Everyone. No one even wanted to let him in their shop. Everyone was trying to rip him off. They were trying to. So he had to say, hey, well, if they're going to act like that, then I need to step up. Like, I need to step up. I need to become more assertive, more aggressive. I need to become just meaner. I need to become that so I can get what I want. I want to get out of here. I need to do these things to get out of here. I need to work hard. I need to obtain these things. And you say, "Oh, he bought a slave." Yeah, but he went out there and he actually treated her like a normal human being. He actually treated her better than he treated himself, and he benefited her. This guy went out as soon as he bought this. As soon as he bought Raftalia, he went out to go eat, and he actually bought her a nice meal, and he had a shitty meal. That just shows the actual type of character he is. That he was actually going out there and he bought her a good meal, and he had some like, oh, what's the cheapest thing on your, what's the cheapest thing you got? I'll eat that. It just shows you that he was actually going out there, going a little bit out of his way, and even when she was fighting, she was leveling up. You see that. You see him say, "Hey," like, I can't remember whatever demon, or not demon, whatever monster they were fighting. You see him say, "Hey, you need to you're like, hey, you need to step over these hurdles to get where you want as well. I know you want to become stronger. We both want to become stronger. We both want to change things. You need it." And he was very motivational. And he said the words that she needed to hear. He said what she needed to hear, and she kind of was thankful for Naofumi, Master Naofumi. And then, but Raftalia, I didn't really like her. I thought she was kind of annoying. But I do like Philo. Philo's cool. She's dope. I'd love to have her as my little sister. But that wraps it up for this part of the anime unpopular opinions. So now we are going into the Black Clover segment, but we are only going to be covering chapter 247 because 248 only has the fan translations out. So next podcast we will be getting 3 chapters, 248, 249, and 250. Hopefully that one will be officially translated 250. I think that one might get delayed, but we'll see. So let's start this off. From this point on, there are going to be Black Clover spoilers. So proceed with caution because we are going to get into it right now. So this chapter was really big. We finally get to see what's going on in the Heart Kingdom, which we had not got in a while. We just knew that the girl from the Dark Triad, what was her name, Vanessa or Vinica? I can't remember. Vanessa. I don't know. Whatever her name was, I'm not really looking at it right now, but we just see that she is invading the Heart Kingdom with Megecula. She is the one who has Megecula. So we begin the chapter with, obviously, Lola Pachika sees that they are invading, and we see, what are they called? Yeah, okay, so we see one of Lady Vinica. Okay, we'll just go with Vinica. One of Lady Vinica's, I guess, disciples, he is able to obtain 50% of the devil's power. And we see him, he's taking down just everyone left and right. And he goes on to say, he's laughing at them. He says, "You're one of the strongest spirit guardians. What a letdown." And he's just seems like he was expecting more, and it just shows you how strong these people are, because these are the people that are defending the kingdom, and he takes them down with ease, and for only scratches on his shirt to show. So we see, and he's going to take down. He goes to attack an innocent bystander holding their child, and we see Luck jump in the nick of time and save them. And we see him with his, I guess, lightning armor coming on.
Which is badass.
And, yeah, it was really badass. But we see, and also in this panel, we see just the absolute strength of this disciple of Lady Vinica's, or whatever. I don't know how to.
Vinica. Yeah.
We see the absolute power. He's just able to destroy the floor, and we know if Luck took that, it would have done some damage. Uh, and then they get into a little conversation. He's saying, "Oh, you're not from this kingdom." And he says, "I would advise you to stay out of this." And obviously, we know how Luck is as a character, and he's not going to back down from a fight. We've only saw him not want to fight a character once, and I think that wasn't Dante. That was the other one. What is his name?
I don't remember.
I can't remember his name, but that's
one of the Dark Triad.
One of the Dark Triad members. That was the only time where he said, "I do not want to fight this character." That was before time skip. But now we see him, and he jumps straight in. We can see how fast he is, and he comes in, and he gives him a good punch right in the stomach, and the guy kind of just shrugs it off, and it's like, man, at least you're fast, which is just crazy. And then he sends him flying with a punch. So, and then we see Luck do his lightning magic thunderbolt destruction, and it goes towards him, and he tanks it. And we see this guy, he has a sort of magic skin, sort of say, that lets it be as tough or soft as he wants. He could change his skin to match his opponent's attributes and cancel out their magic. Like he says, "My body is the ultimate spear and the ultimate shield, so no matter what." Oh, jeez. Okay. So I was reading the wrong thing. But we see Luck go in, and he goes in for another attack, and he gets thrown back again with another punch. And he's like, "Hey, you could tell you don't stand a chance, right? You're only fast." And he says, "I'm a genuine 0 stage. You're a first stage at best." Which we don't know if this is true, but if that is, then he's only a first stage, which I don't know if it's true. I feel like he might be a stage 0 with that magic, lightning magic. I think that's pretty powerful. And he's saying, "Hey, you should run away." And obviously, like we said earlier, Luck's not going to back down from a fight. He said, "Like there's any way I'd run from a great fight like this." And he calls him, he says, "You're dumb, aren't you?" And he says, Luck goes on to say, "Why are you attacking the Heart Kingdom?" And this guy goes on, "Lady Vinica is my idol. She's strong, beautiful. She's my role model. She's all this." And then Luck's like, "That's a pretty lame reason to go around hurting people." The guy's it shows just how he is as a character. Why are you putting your life on the line for strangers? You're really about to get beat over there for someone you don't know. And then he says, "Crushing people's happiness. You do whatever you want. In that case, I'll do what I want and protect them because I'm a magic knight." We see him in this last panel. He's all bloodied up. But he's still out there putting his life on the line to save this person. He's not giving up and this is also an effect that Asta has. They're just not going to give up. Also, Luck, he's one of those characters who never give up to begin with. That's why he's one of my favorite characters. I think he's very energetic. We're going to see, and obviously he's been training, so he is definitely stronger after this time skip. So, what do you want to say?
I want to say that I'm really happy to see Luck's power-ups. I just love Luck. He's a great character. He's not my favorite character, but he's really a great character. He's up there for me. And just to see him in action again is very, very exciting. Love it so much. And honestly, it's just cool to see him fight somebody. Now, obviously, I'm kind of sad because he's not powerful enough to fight one of the Dark Triad. But
Yeah.
This is what happens with side characters in shonen. They just kind of get pushed to the side or whatever.
No, I mean, I don't think the Black Bulls don't seem to be getting pushed to the side, and I'd say it's the exact opposite. It's not like Naruto vibes where they have their one single story arc and then they're pushed to the side. It seems like we see development with all these characters. That's one of the things I feel like they do very well.
You're saying Ghost doesn't get pushed to the side?
Ghost, no, he doesn't really get pushed to the side because we always see him just obsessing about Marie, and it seemed like he was one of those.
Marie has more of an arc than Ghost.
And what do you mean? Ghost actually had a whole arc, and he had little bit of where we actually learned more about Ghosh, and we saw him. We see that he only cares about Marie, but we also see that he's actually genuinely cares about his the Black Bulls,
You're right.
and he's actually willing to stand up for them. He's like, but he may not say it, and we see him. Yeah, and he was also what is it? The reason Gray is basically, she's kind of fallen for him. She kind of looks up to him. She's really happy for what happened that day.
Yeah.
So.
But no, other than that, yeah, it's really like of course I'm sad to see Luck not fighting one of the Dark Triad, but the fact that he's able to fight a demon that has someone who can use 50% of the devil's power. Oh my God, it's so nice.
But we don't know how much
blow for blow.
How much he's using. If he is using 50%, then this could be pretty good. But I think Luck will take him. I think Luck should be able to take him.
And it's an interesting magic.
What I'm going to be interested in is when Noelle comes face to face with Vanica or whatever her name is.
Vanica. Yeah.
Because that is Megecula. She owns Megecula, who has not only affected the Heart Kingdom tragically, but her mother's life.
Yeah.
And to the point where her own brother can't even tell her in the real world what happened because he doesn't want to affect anyone else in his family.
Can I have a prediction for that fight?
That she'll get clapped?
Wait. She'll get clapped, but right before she dies,
you think she's gonna die?
I think she's gonna. I don't think she's gonna die. I think she's gonna be close to death.
Okay.
And right before the striking blow, what's his name? Old dude from
Captain Ozell.
Yeah, I think Captain Ozell will come in and save her, and then they'll fight together as brother and sister, and then they'll beat it. That'd be cool.
Okay,
that'd be cool.
I don't know. I do generally like Captain Ozell. I didn't really like him to be in the beginning, but as the series went on, I just really liked him. Now he's one of my favorite characters. I'm just enjoying him, and obviously one of my favorite chapters. I think it is 222. Where we learned that about Captain Ozell.
And unfortunately, we haven't seen a fight with Ozell and Noelle.
Why would we want to?
No. Like with him being full power, because I think when we did, he was really injured when she actually joined the battle or something like that. And so, when we see it would be cool to see them team up and fight one person. I think that'd be really amazing, and especially revenge for their mother. That'd be really cool.
Okay. But that about wraps it up for this Black Clover chapter. But yeah, this arc I like where it's going. I'm excited. I'm excited for these next few chapters. I'm excited to see them. Obviously, 2 chapters are coming out next week. Translations, official translation. Pardon me. But yeah, that about wraps it up for this podcast. Next podcast, can't make any promises, but it could be a Hunter podcast but I just need to finish it. He's close to finishing it, and we will probably be having a special guest on there again. One that you all have not heard yet. I was about to say seen, but they don't see any of them. But yeah, if you haven't, go check out our Bleach opening reaction, and then later on we'll be posting, like we said, our episode reactions. And we will continue to do that throughout until we finish the series. But yeah, with that being said, like, comment, subscribe if you're enjoying. Let us know what you'd like to see in the future. And just let us know how you feel about the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. That's the Anime Casuals on all of them. But until then, just remember, as always, take care and keep watching anime.